Hey everyone, Steven here. I hope you enjoyed watching season 1. Wanted to take a few minutes to pull out all the funny jokes and puns that were told in the last year and put them together. Figured it might give you one more laugh. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. About your best dad joke. I like starting things off, with a little bit of a cheer.
Jokes. When does something become a dad joke?
I think as soon as the dad finds it funny.
No, I think it's when it's apparent.
Oh.
I almost got you. Hey,
You did almost get me.
Do fish get thirsty? All right, let me give you my favorite dad joke. And this is the one that I think is great. If two vegans are fighting, is it still a beef?
It's a good. You know what comes next? Tell me your best, your best dad joke or type environment that you can.
Yeah. I do dad puns all the time. I'm not necessarily a joke person. I don't crack jokes out of nowhere, but I always find my way.
I wonder who does that.
Adding something here and there. So the one that comes to mind right away is that almost daily, my wife and I, as we're talking through and watching our children grow, she looks at me and she says, I love our daughter or I love our son. And I always find a way to respond back and say, good, because we're keeping them. So it always cracks a laugh out of her or makes her look at me and it's like, really? Like, don't you think this is already too old for it? But I always have fun doing that. It becomes something that over time we just laugh about.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I was, with my family, I was up until all this crisis happened. Of course, I was traveling so much that I was afraid I was going to get divorced because I was always on the road. And now that I'm back, I'm afraid I'm always going to get divorced because I'm here all the time.
Because you're not on the road. Of course, yeah.
So I always like to start off with getting everybody's best joke or pun that they've got. So lay it on me, Donna. What do you got?
Well, my son doesn't think it's a joke. However, his dad lives in Maryland now. And he was like, I'm going to send Caleb a ticket. And I was like, okay, well, he really liked that. I said, is it going to be first class? And he goes, where he's going Southwest, so it's all first class. And Caleb was highly, highly upset. But I told him, I was like, hey, I said, I can't upgrade you. I said, but I can get you in on line A, yep. Seat 1. That kid kind of be first class. So he was kind of angry with us, with his dad, not with me. So I felt that was, it was a joke for me because I enjoyed it. And Caleb was like, and he's a little younger, so he was a little ticked off about that. He's a little spoiled with that whole first class thing.
Yeah, what's your best clean dad joke or pun that you've got?
So in the age of Corona, seems like all the news is focused on the COVID-19 and the disease. I did find this local news item, though. A woman here in town pled guilty to assaulting her husband and destroying his guitar collection. And at sentencing, the judge stated she was a first offender. And the woman interrupted him and said, no, Your Honor, first with a Gibson, then a Fender.
Good joke.
Very little attention. It gets worse being at home there so long. I keep getting dad jokes from my daughter. And she said I had a dad bod. I told her that I was a father figure. And,
yeah, very true.
Just with the last one, because all these epidemiologists, researchers, doctors, scientists working really hard, to figure this all out. And I think they're going to learn what many of us know already. Is you just cannot trust atoms. They make up everything. All right, I'm done. Let's get to work.
Good hat trick. Right. Tell me your best dad joke or pun or something clean that you've got going on.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, I was an excellent dad. My kids are in their 20s, and I know I told a lot of great dad jokes, so I went to the source to ask them which the favorites were, and you can see on the screen me texting my daughter to ask her what dad joke I should tell, and so that pretty much tells the story. I without question, drove by a cemetery, and I said, boy, people are dying to get in there. My kids have both pulled my finger when we were working outside, and I pretended that I heard it. No question about that either. But really, instead of telling a dad joke just because I realize I'm so bad at it, I just want to share a book I've been reading with you. This is a book about anti-gravity, Steve, and I just can't put it down.
I've heard the masses are reading that. That's great.
Yes, it's quite popular.
Oh, very funny. All right. So in England, they probably bought that book by the pound, I'm imagining.
Oh my gosh, right off of the top of your head. You know what? Your kids love you out there. You just wait. When they're in their 20s, the things they're going to say to you.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of features, but quick humor is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me about your best joke or pun or something clean that you got for us.
I don't know. I think with everything going on in the world, I'm not real up on what the latest jokes are. I've been paying a lot of attention to people's health. And have you seen in the news about the man who lost his left side?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he's all right now.
Oh, that's funny. I think he dated the girl with one leg shorter than the other, right? Her name was Eileen.
Maybe.
Tell me your best clean, dad joke or pun that you've got going on there, Mike.
Well, I think I think about all the things that are coming out of the pandemic, and one thing that for me has become so prevalent is the meme. And so one of the best memes I've seen is the one that says, it's just a box with some text in it that says, "Can we uninstall 2020 and reinstall it again? This has a virus. This version has a virus." And for me, being a technologist, that it's kind of clever, but also I think there's a lot of people that would like to reboot 2020 or even just move on to 21. It's been a challenging year.
Yeah, for certain. I was just thinking about you mentioned your back to your son there in his apartment being the size of a janitor's closet. I was thinking, do you know what a janitor jumps out and says during Halloween?
No, I do not, Steve.
Supplies.
That's a good one. Isn't it kind of a rule that you're not supposed to upstage the guest? Didn't I sign a contract, or wasn't that in my rider?
I didn't learn anything from Letterman. Let's get on to the next section then, which is, of course, best joke or pun. Paul, what do you got for us?
Well, you said a dad joke, so I'm going to.
Dad joke works.
Sort of a corny dad joke, but it's real. It's a real one. When my daughter graduated from college, she graduated with honors, and we were all up there. My wife, my two sons, and I. She graduated Bucknell, and she come off the stage, and I said, "Sweetheart," I says, "I'm so proud of you. We've got one more thing in common." And she said, "What was that? What's that, Dad?" And I said, "Well, we both graduated college with honors." So now she looks at my wife's looking at her, the two boys are looking at each other. I said, "Yeah, you graduated summa cum laude from Bucknell, and I graduated seat of the pants from Syracuse." Well, it fell pretty flat, but they sort of got it,
At least you got out of there. It's good times.
You got out. Well, I got out too, but it took me 6 years. It took her 3.5.
Hey, I got to tell you, grade 4 was the best 5 years of my life. So,
Grade 4.
All right, Steve, your turn. Tell me your best joke.
Okay, all right. So there's a cop, and he's following this car. He's a Georgia cop, and all of a sudden he sees the plate on this car. It's an Alabama tag, and he pulls the car over because it was doing some suspicious driving, right? And so he pulls him over, gets up to the car, walks up there. The guy rolls down his window. Cop goes to the guy in the car. He goes, "You got any ID?" And then that guy from Alabama looks up and goes, "About what?" That's it. Get it? I hope I don't have to explain it, because it's like it's not as funny if I have to explain it.
Thanks now.
No, I get it. I get it.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. I'm not doing any more. I'm not doing any more jokes.
Okay, well, that's probably best for all of us. How about your best clean joke or pun that you can tell me, Frank?
A woman is flying in a hot air balloon, hovering about 30 feet above the ground. She sees a man down below her, and she says, "Hey, do you know where I am?" And the guy looks up to her and he says, "Well, yeah, you're in a hot air balloon about 30 feet above the ground." And she says, "Oh, you must work in information technology." And the man said, "I do. How did you know that?" And she says, "Well, everything you told me is technically correct, and yet it's of no use to anyone." And the man below says, "Wow, you must work in management." And she says, "Well, how did you know that?" And he says, "Well, you don't know where you are. You don't know where you're going. You expect me to be able to help. You're in the same position as you were before. And now it's my fault." So there you go.
Of course, get to the next stage, which is the best joke, best pun that you can tell us. So Peter will again.
Well, I'm so bad. I love jokes and I'm so bad with them. So I had to ask Alexa. So there were two that I liked today. It said, "What do you call discounted sushi?" A raw deal. I like that. And I liked, "Why can't you have a football team made of all chickens? Because there'd be too many fouls." So I like stupid, dumb jokes. So the only ones I like.
Sometimes stupid, dumb jokes are the best ones. How about you, Adil?
I'll tell you a relevant one. Well, I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
I like that.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little recap of all the jokes and puns from season 1's last 10 episodes. Special thanks to my guests for not only bringing a funny joke, but for also talking about what's going on in your industry, bringing valuable insights and information to everyone. Special thanks as well to my team at Safety NetAccess. Your support has been everything to me as we've gone down this new journey of creating some sort of weird, informative distraction newscast that we call the Corner Office. For more information on Safety NetAccess, our products and our services, please visit our webpage at www.safetynetaccess.com. As well, a special thanks to you, the viewer. Without you, it would just be me sitting in front of a webcam, telling weird jokes and drinking. And that sounds a little boring, but I'd make it through. Anyhow, especially thank you for watching. All right, everybody. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and hey, don't forget to be happy. Take care, everyone.